like district cooling kind of things. So I think there is a lot of scope for these things to get ammonia and to get natural refrigerants into this area of air conditioning. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for outlining some of the connects that we are needing, like the industry and academic connect that you mentioned, but also in your final slides, the different innovations that are potential entry points here. I would like now to give the floor to KK Mitra, the Vice President of Marketing and Technology for Lloyd Insulation, and would also like to encourage the remaining speakers to stick to the time limit in order to enable all of us to come to our coffee and tea break in the end. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a small presentation I am covering which will be related to the new developments which is coming up in the building sector. Like we talked about energy efficiency achieving through energy efficient products, and when our country is moving towards smart city concepts, one of the very important requirements in smart city concept is having a centralized plant for generating the chill water, the cold water, which is taken to various buildings, and all the buildings need not have their own generation of cold water. So one of the biggest challenges is the delivery of the water. The delivery of the water to the different buildings is always a big challenge, because now here in a normal air-conditioned buildings, the cold water network, the chill water network may not be passing through an undefined contours. It is passing through the building shafts, it is passing through the building below the false ceiling or in the corridors. But when we talk about these smart city concepts, you have the chill water network sometimes even passing underground. So that's a big challenge, how we design such type of chill water network, where even we are not having control on the humidities, on the soil network. So this is one of the products which I'm going to cover into this. Now, in this, one of the most important area here will be a product which is having an insulation which maintains the temperature, and also it takes care about the soil pressure, the other pressure, the stone network, suppose it is underground, how it is able to take care. If you see a normal chill water piping, it need not have the requirement of a foot traffic prone, or did not have the challenges of what is happening in the other environment. But in this case, it is very, very important. So we have something what is called a pre-insulated pipe network, whereby an insulation will be used, which can be a cast in situ foam, or it can be a very rigid fibrous insulation material which is not prone to absorbing moisture and water, and also it can be done uniformly for long lengths, say 12 meters, 15 meters, as much as you can transport. So this is something which is a big challenge is there. Like this slide shows that sometimes we need to stop the passing of the moisture from one side to another by creating a lap, a shiplap type of joint, so that the pressure, vapor pressure which is there from outside in the environment, it does not go straight. So this is something, a new innovation development in this chill water piping which has a lot to do. Then these type of pipes, because as we know that whenever we are handling a condensation system, condensation protection, a vapor pressure, you need to have a solid jacketing over on the insulation on the warmer side, so that the moisture doesn't come in. So these type of pre-insulated system will have a jacket of its own, which will also act as a vapor barrier. So we have to manufacture a product which will have such type of requirement. As you can see this slide, which gives about the various types of thicknesses required when you talk of a product which is in the above ground situation. But when we talk about an underground situation, suppose the pipe is passing from the chill water centralized plant to, suppose it is in a couple of kilometers away, necessarily it has to pass through underground. Then we don't have these type of defined